So Chris Jarman died.
Need to mute your.
I did mute me.
That'll be all.
Guys, I figured it out by the sound. That was all me. Sorry.
They can't hear you.
They can't hear. Yeah, I unmuted it.
Okay.
When I'm in the studio, we have to mute it and unmute it and do this. We're getting bad feedback. So you will be around for round 2. You like our whiteboard? You like our notes? I wish you could. All right, show them what you're doing. I mean, we're both a nervous wreck right now. We have our headphones on.
Partially on. We're all shaky and jittery.
That was a tough one to get through. I have to say, that may be one of the toughest breaks of my career.
You were almost going to cry.
I almost cried.
I was hoping you would. The voice crack always works. What?
We are just pacing in a little like spot, both of us.
Yeah, I got my soles and my insoles in.
I'm glad I wore tennis shoes today.
Right?
Your insoles were so old.
You know, I had that. You know, when I got these shoes, I hadn't had them no time, and I wore them out. I wore them out
because you don't stop.
I know. I do this right here constantly. When we first started this, I came to the studio, and I'm just comfortable doing this. This is who I am. And I was like, God, she's gonna be like, stop it! You're making me seasick.
All right. So how are we getting into this?
I think you just recap what you said a few minutes ago in, 3 or 4 sentences. Our world's getting back to normal. We started, I was working from home for a year. We came back yesterday, and I realized that I hadn't dealt with it, or however you want to say it. I hadn't dealt with it. I hadn't gotten past it. I hadn't bereaved it, whatever. And then I'll just come in.
Where's that bereavement tab?
I know, right? That's real bad. But then I'll come in and start my little spiel. And then I'll come in after that and start my little spiel, and we'll be off. How we gonna wrap it up? I don't know.
Thanks, Zach. All right, so what's gonna be our out? Where are we going? We got 42.
We'll get out. See, I'm afraid to solicit.
No, I know. I don't want to.
I really don't want to open that can of worms. But at the same time, I'll just find a place to teach more than wood. I'll just find a place and just change the subject. I'm pretty good at just changing the subject. So when I think we're running out of gas or it's done, I'll just switch gears.
What we
can hit a bumper.
Look, it's not Jarman's Day; it's Reese's Day.
By the way, do you like Reese's Pieces?
Today is I Love Reese's Day. It's the #1 selling candy in the U.S.
Look at that.
Why do we have our headphones on our heads?
I don't know. I don't know why. It just feels like, every day I listen to you guys, it makes me think of Jarman. I still listen to that guy. Yeah, we all do. I don't know. I guess because we're going after the next commercial. We've got 1 minute.
Yeah.
Really, and then we're starting the whole thing again.
Each a month for 24 years when you buy up.
Okay, so then where are we? Okay, yeah. So then
something's wrong here.
Dump the songs. We just
we're coming right back.
And then we'll go straight into
commercials.
Okay, so then what's wrong?
Fuse Earthworm says recruitment 15 seconds, and it's a 30-second spot.
Do you hate your current job?
I am so unhappy.
Hughes Earthworks is looking for landscaping team leaders, not just mulch slingers and lawn
I need
mowers.
PR 2050.
Real career with real satisfaction. Hughes Earthworks is locally family owned, but offers big corporate benefits like health insurance and 401k.
Gotta get down to Arkansas. We were just talking about how Jarman passed away 5 months ago. I hadn't really dealt with it because I really wasn't avoiding it. It just wasn't put in a position to have it all kind of crash down on me till yesterday was the first day back in the office after 15 months. So being at home and everything's different, it was just different. I didn't feel it till driving in yesterday morning. It was like, holy crap.
This is real.
This is real.
Yeah. I mean, the whole year seems surreal. I mean, there's a lot on you, Danny Bruns. There's a lot on you. I mean, you got 3 job titles: operations manager, program director, morning show host. I mean, that's a lot of work just by itself. Plus you're a mom, a wife, you got friends and family. And you go back a year ago, you went home on a Friday expecting to come to work on Monday, and they told you not to come back for a year, more than a year. And then Drake leaves mutually. Everybody's been asking about that. Mutually, Drake leaves. And for 3 months, 98.1 The Max is, what are we going to do about a morning show? And then you came, okay, let's move the afternoon show to the morning show. So you got that turmoil during a pandemic. And then out of nowhere, Jarman breaks his leg. There's a blood clot. There's no beds anywhere. And he can't get to the hospital in time. So you got to deal with that too. Then you're right back into the position of being the boss. I have to get the radio station in line before I can worry about me. And then I don't know how long, I'm grateful for being here, but I wouldn't be here if Jarman was alive. And I wouldn't even consider it. Nobody would. And there's been a lot on you over the last year. So for it to take 5 months to hit you, it's really not that big a surprise, but you are a damn trooper, girl. You are a damn trooper.
You want me to say thanks? I can't.
No, I don't want you to say thanks. That's not what we're after. I just wanted to let you know that people appreciate you. People appreciate what you do. People appreciate your good heart. They appreciate who you are. Jarman damn sure did. And we all miss him. We all loved him. But you were close to him in a way none of us knew him. And
now you have to live through it. Get ready.
I was born ready. I was born ready. This is to me, this is an opportunity of a lifetime. And I don't know how I ended up here. You picked me. And so I thank you for picking me. You could have picked anybody in the world, but you picked me.
Well, you've been around a long time. You've done so much with the Max. When you're at Kicks, we stole you at least once a week to come do a bit with us.
It's true.
Yeah, Jarman and I hung out with you. You weren't a stranger. I knew that you were the best for many reasons. Not because you're anything like Jarman. You just respect the Max and you respect Jarman. You respect myself, and you know what the station's all about. And today's the day we move forward.
Sounds good. Respectfully move forward.
You can move up too with some morning wood.
Hey, that's on the way. We'll get your morning wood coming up in just a bit on the Max. If you're just joining us earlier this morning, Danny dealt with a pretty tough subject. She realized she just hadn't grieved Jarman's death as in I guess as healthy way as you thought. I don't know.
Right. It felt like it hadn't hit me yet, and I didn't know why until I drove in yesterday and realized I haven't been in the studio. That's why.
Right. And it a incredibly brave conversation that Danny brought up. And as a listener, okay, we got text messages on the Rick's Powder Cutting line. That was a very moving conversation you had with Corey. Have always enjoyed your voice and humor. It's a great morning show. P.S. Nice segue to Morningwood. Somebody else texted, Danny, we have water on our windshields. Now we have water on our eyeballs and cheeks. Thanks for pushing through the tough times. You're right, Country Corey. We all miss Jarman, but Danny, you're doing a hell of a job. Keep rocking.
Thanks.
A lot of support. We appreciate that. We appreciate that.
You know, if you missed it, we'll replay it in the 9:00 hour at 9:25. We'll do it all again.
Yeah.
Because we like to cry.
Why not? It'll be fun. You know what else we like?
Morning Wood.
Mornings on the Max with your Morning Wood.
Which Morning Wood headline is the real headline for today? Would scientists say climate change is making some butterflies grow extra wings?
Would an English pub sell a pint of beer for $1,000?
Or would a woman marry her emotional support hamster?
901-535-9898. You guess the right headline, you get Malcolm movie passes.
Which Morning Wood headline is the actual headline for today? Would scientists say climate change is making some butterflies grow extra wings?
Would an English pub sell a single pint of beer for $1,000?
Or would a woman marry her emotional support hamster?
901-535-9898. Hi, who's this?
Right.
What's going on, brother?
I don't know. No much. How y'all doing? Going to work.
Yeah. I'm already at work, so I feel you. Which one of those headlines is the real headline, Rick?
I'm going to say the mutant butterflies.
Mutant butterflies is incorrect. Thank you, buddy.
Renee, I was going to say it was number 2.
Number 2 is correct. Nice job, Renee.
Renee, you got yourself some Morning Wood. Congratulations.
Awesome. Thank you.
You also got a pair of tickets to the Summerland Tour featuring Everclear, Living Color, Hoobastank, and Wheatus at the Landers Center Thursday, July 22nd.
Awesome.
Heck yeah. You love that Morning Wood, don't you, Renee?
Oh, yeah.
Ladies love it. I don't get it. So we now have an official title holder as the world's most expensive glass of beer in England. Place is called the Pack Horse Pub. What a great name.
Mm-hmm.
The Pack Horse Pub. They've been closed since last year due to the pandemic. And when they learned they would be allowed to reopen, they decided to have some fun and help 2 good causes. With a listing on eBay, the pub auctioned off the first drink poured in the pub in over a year. A fun idea, and it turned out to be a good one for the charities. The auction was won by Olivia and Isabel, who purchased a pint of Birra Moretti, I hope that's saying that right, for $1,065. The proceeds of the sale were donated for the Dorothy House Hospice Fund and the Mountain Way, a charity that specializes in helping military personnel deal with PTSD when they come home.
Which is a great cause, but I thought it was going to be auctioned off for the pub because you know that they've got to be low on funds.
Right? And can't get nobody to work there.
That's for sure.
The owner's probably wishing he could sell every pint for $1,000.
And I bet Renee wishes you didn't hang up on her.
Probably.
Hey,
Thanks for bringing that up.
Renee, call us back so we get your information so you get those tickets.
All right. Coming up just after 8 o'clock, I fixed something for my wife and I sat and waited on how long it took her to notice that it was fixed.
535-9898. How long has it taken your spouse to notice you actually finished the task?
So I'm not very handy, but I did repair something over the weekend, and it took my wife way too long to notice.
All right. So what was broken?
So when did you come over to my house? When was that?
Oh,
That was back in the days, like February.
yep.
And there was a cabinet door on the floor. Remember?
No, but
Okay, there was one of my kitchen cabinet doors that fell off somewhere around Christmas, and I just put it in a little space between the cabinet and the refrigerator till I could figure out how to fix it, because that kind of stuff gives me weird anxiety. Anyway, so finally on Saturday, I'm bored and I'm like, I'm going to fix the damn thing. So I get it and put it back. Avery's holding it, and I get the drill and put the screws in. It's a pretty simple fix.
right.
And so I decided, okay, I'm not going to tell Margot. I'm going to see how long it takes her to notice. She was, our niece is getting married, and she was at the wedding shower. And then I was going to go play disc golf with my buddy. We were going to go up to Arlington. And so we kind of crossed paths. And I'm like, oh, there's a surprise for you in the kitchen. Text me when you notice it, and left. And it ate me alive. Like, I wanted that text instantly.
Right.
Like, within 5 seconds, I wanted her to go, oh my God, that's awesome.
Thank you so much.
Right. Anything. Yeah, you screwed it up. Anything. Just notice it. And so we get to Arlington. Only takes 15, 20 minutes to get there. But I'm eating alive by this point. So I call her and I'm like, "Did you find your surprise?" She's like, "No, I can't find it." I'm like, "Have you looked in the kitchen?" She was like, "Yeah." I was like, "It's in the kitchen for you." She was like, "I'm standing here. I'm looking everywhere. I can't find it." I'm like, "Where are you standing?" She's like, "In front of the sink." I said, "Okay, turn around. Look above the toaster." "Oh my God, you fixed the cabinet door." Like, how did you not notice that? And I was like, "Oh."
Well, maybe
Foiled
because
again.
it's supposed to be there. So
Yeah.
she,
Maybe.
but it's amazing how something that drives you nuts every day and then it's fixed and you don't even realize that it's.
In typical man, I want I want a parade throne because I fixed one cabinet door.
I can't believe I didn't notice the cabinet door, because when you live with like something that's wrong, it's amazing how you ignore it or don't see it anymore.
Right.
I moved into my house 5 years ago, and my mom was getting new curtains, and I liked the old ones she was taking down. I was like, let me go see if this matches in my dining room. So I have 2 windows in there,
Mm-hmm.
4 panels. I take one panel down and put hers up to see if I like it. It's still there.
I guess it does match the other curtains, perhaps.
Not at all. And I don't even notice it until like somebody, like if we're having a party or something, I'm like, well, close off the dining room.
We don't want nobody to see that hot mess express.
And then I wonder, like, let's say my mom for my birthday surprised me and put all the curtains up. How long would it take me to notice? I need to go check.
She probably did it on your last birthday.
And had no idea.
901-535-9898. I guess that's something that just took too long to notice, or something you got that was wrong that you got so used to. I just can't. I got like that too with that cabinet door. I just pretended that it was a glass door. You know what I mean?
You should have taken another one off to match it.
Oh, that would have been way smarter and way easier.
I was trying to get my buddy Travis Mason to call, because he had a great story about this backsplash that just never got done. And his wife would just be on him and on him and on him. And so one day, just like you, she was out, did the backsplash. He said it was months.
And kudos to him for being able to hold it together that long.
No, that's what I couldn't do.
No, I couldn't either. By 20 minutes, I was eating up and had to tell her. Just had to. 901-535-9898. Good morning. Who's this? Roy, you got a story for us? You got a story for us, Roy? Thank you, Roy. I guess it kind of is, isn't it? 901-535-9898.
No, we're on the air. Ooh, whoa. See, it does that. Problem is, we have music playing in the studio, and they'll kick us off Facebook if they hear music. So we got to just do it when we talk.
Yeah.
We'll figure something out. It's the first week. I look like
No, we won't.
I look like Justin Bieber here.
Because you got a mirror over there.
Right? I love looking at myself all day. Hey, Johnny.
Good old Johnny.
I could use a nap.
Mm-hmm. All right, what are we doing here?
Cicadas?
No, that's
Senseless?
no. We're at 8:20.
We could just move cicadas up and maybe strike a conversation.
This is the year of the cicada. Apparently, they're coming in the ground to kill us all.
Like the killer bees. Whatever happened to those? They were coming and then they were gone.
The murder hornets.
Yeah, there you go. The murder hornet.
They just. I saw a story where they have been. They've been found in like I don't know, some like Canada or something. Apparently, they just skipped us.
I would too. There's no way I'd come to this country for anything at this moment.
So Danny Bruns got down a rabbit hole earlier this morning about this being a cicada year. She wanted to know exactly what that meant. What did you find, Danny?
Well, they come out every 17 years, and I remember them not this past 2004, but before that.
I thought they were around all year, every year.
Well,
I mean,
here's the thing.
I find a whole bunch of them and their little shells all over the place.
Right. And you hear them every night, and you're wondering, why are they coming now? But I remember there's swarms of them. It's like they're raining cicadas, and I'm scared to death of them. Even the ones that are just here every year, because they like to play dead by the back door, and then you go open it, and and then I scream bloody murder. Well, all right, they don't emerge all at once. Cicadas are grouped into roughly 15 broods, so 15 species, 15 kinds.
Right.
12 broods of the 17-year cicadas and 3 broods of the 13-year cicadas. On top of that, there's many other species of cicadas that aren't periodical, but they're annual. So they do emerge every year.
So those are the ones we usually see.
That's right.
And this year, what are we getting?
We're getting the 17-year ones.
Is that the raining cicadas?
Raining cicadas. I'm telling you, I was in Chicago as a kid, and it was, as a kid, you're not as afraid of that stuff. I don't know why, but I mean, it was flying cicadas.
That's ridiculous.
Well, what did I tell you earlier? That there was 1.5 million cicadas per acre.
per acre.
per acre, 1.5 million. If you guys have not lived through one of these, it's disgusting. And you did say, is there a cicada map? There is a cicada map.
Because you were saying it's from here to here, but it skips South Carolina and it goes all the way over to west of the Mississippi River. And
which makes no sense to me. Why is it North Carolina and in Georgia, but not South Carolina? That I cannot answer. But Tennessee is on the map. Just be glad you're not in Indiana. They look like they're getting hit the worst.
so do we have like a cicada radar?
We do. And there's an app for your phone that you can
track cicadas on your phone. That's what you should do. Then you'd know when the cicadas are out.
Now, this year's emergence is called the Brood X, once of the largest broods that will show up across 15 states.
Brood X. That just sounds ominous.
So if you have moved here recently from the West Coast, you have no idea what you're about to experience.
None whatsoever.
And now heavily wooded neighborhoods, for example, they're going to have massive concentrations. Some areas aren't going to have cicadas at all. So it's like that 50% chance of rain.
Right.
You got like a 50% chance of cicadas.
Maybe you'll get them. Maybe you won't.
If we get them, I'm not leaving the house. So I'm going to go ahead and tell corporate right now, you may not want to remove that studio from my house yet.
Right.
Until Brood X is over.
Brood X.
Because I'm not leaving.
Terrifying.
I
don't think I've ever seen it raining cicadas.
Well, and it's not really raining because they don't fall to the ground, but they're just
swarming.
Swarming.
I don't think I've ever seen it.
Oh, I'm telling you, that's when I was a kid, 1.5 million per acre.
Either I've blocked out this traumatic event from my psyche, or I have no memory of it because I don't ever remember seeing a swarm of cicadas.
You may be in that 50% that didn't get it, but you know how many that is?
Like everybody can see them, right? It's not something that some people notice and others don't, right? Seems like a swarm of insects would be hard to miss.
Correct. But what's weird is that when they go into the ground, that's where they come out of. So like I'm looking at a map of Indiana that's going to get pretty bad. And there's actually like counties that are blocked out that won't get it.
How do they?
I don't know. It's so bizarre that they just stay in that one little area.
Entomologist 901-535-9898.
Yeah. What's up with this?
Orkin guy, where you at?
Yeah.
And, can you call like pest control if you're in one of those counties? Like let's say my yard, it's just like Return of the Living Dead with the cicadas coming out of the ground.
What are you going to do? Take a shotgun and hope that each BB hits?
Right. Can I call the pest control guy and say, come on out, let's take care of this today?
No.
Take my money.
I don't think PETA will let you.
I don't think PETA cares about cicadas. They're not cute enough.
Here's the thing. I don't want to experience it, but I want you to experience it.
Okay. Thanks.
I think everybody needs to experience the red-eyed bugs and what they do.
Swarming around. Now you got me all nervous about it. Goodness gracious.
I'm glad I did. This isn't a scare tactic. It's disgusting.
Not a scare tactic. It's a public service announcement. All right. We got a senseless survey coming up at 8:55. Call a number at random. Give me the heebie-jeebies. I call a number at random. See if I can keep them on the phone through 10 ridiculous survey questions. And if you missed Danny Bruns opening up about the death of Chris Jarman in about an hour, we'll replay that for you. Danny does not have a nose ring. Have you ever gotten like your necklace or something, a bracelet caught on something?
Oh, this new necklace or bracelet that I got from my kids for Christmas or Mother's Day. It's awesome, but it's got these little things that hang down.
Right.
Ooh, I can't believe it's still on my
You get it caught on everything then.
in the weirdest places, like cleaning the stove, in between the stove and the counter. Like there's little gaps and holes everywhere in this world.
And that bracelet finds each and every one of them.
Yes.
I see. Oh, there's a woman who got her nose caught on a chicken coop fence.
Nose ring.
Her nose ring caught
Yep.
on a chicken coop fence.
Come on.
And her friend was trying to help.
Sorry. Pull it. Pull it apart. Pull it apart.
I don't know.
She's caught on a chicken coop. Like, you see the video, and her friend is like, she's outside the chicken coop. I don't know if she was like pushing her face up against the chicken wire to see the chickens at night. But her friend's inside the chicken coop and filming it with one hand and trying to help with the other. That's a good friend right there. Hold on, I'll help you. I got you. First, we got to document this.
Man, you just remind me of a story that I just don't know if I should tell it or not.
If you think of a story and you don't know if you should tell it, that means you should tell it.
Like something that happened, what a good friend would do for another friend.
Yeah.
Wow. Corey, this is pretty
Is it a happy story? You're building it up too much to not tell it. I mean,
we had this program in high school that you could go over to Europe at a very, very reduced rate. And a group of us went with the teachers. And it was so great because nobody in my family had ever been to Europe. And I'm like, I'm the senior that gets to go. I'm a spoiled brat. No, but it was 10 days in Europe for $1,500. That included airfare, place to stay, and dinner every night.
1995. Where are you when I need you?
Right. So my parents were like, you are going. This is an opportunity that's okay that we haven't gone before. We don't get this opportunity.
Right.
So she's my best friend. And we were over there. And a very personal thing that women have to go through every month was happening to her.
Right. And
she couldn't find her feminine product.
Okay.
I called my mother and my mom did not. She was like, I don't know what to do. Put her in a hot bath. So she's in a hot bath thinking this is going to release it. So I had to go get it.
So you went to the store?
What?
Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. It just clicked with me what you were saying.
I know. I don't really want to be so graphic.
It was stuck.
She knew it was up there.
Right.
But could not find it and you'll have toxic shock that could be very dangerous for a girl to
could kill her.
Lose that. And we're in Europe.
You do what you do, you know?
So your friend.
Man, you're a great friend.
I can't believe I haven't thought of that. Well, probably since that day.
Wow. What a great Danny Brunn's best friend ever. I mean, best friend ever.
You know, I'm sure there's a lot of guys out there thinking, well, that's hot.
No, I don't believe it is.
It wasn't hot at all.
Not in a little bit.
I can't believe I just told that story on the radio.
Can't either. Now you could really put the cherry on top of that by saying her name.
No.
I'm just kidding. Your senseless survey is less than 10 minutes away on the Mac. I'll just call the number at random, and whoever answers the phone, I'll see if I can keep them on the phone for 10 ridiculous survey questions.
I'm going with 5 today.
You're guessing we'll get to 5 questions. All right. Wish me luck.
Hello.
Good morning, ma'am. I'm with the U.S. Census Bureau. Could I have 30 seconds of your time for an anonymous consumer survey?
Who are you with?
We're the U.S. Census Department, sir. We conduct consumer surveys throughout the nation, and they're very short, only about 30 seconds or so.
If you can make it brief.
Absolutely. How many energy efficient light bulbs do you use in your home?
3.
How often do you say bless you to a person hoping they'll sneeze and make you look like you're psychic?
I don't think I've ever done that one.
What is your favorite imaginary death? Gun to the head or finger knife to the throat?
The way my job's going, the gun to the head.
It comes to donuts. What is your preferred dough to nut ratio?
Don't.
Oh,
Imaginary death. All right, so you got your finger to your head, you got your finger to your throat.
okay.
What else is there?
I don't know. Choking,
Yeah, or like hang.
choking, the hanging. Yeah.
Which do you prefer?
I prefer the knife to the throat.
Yeah, I do the gun to the head.
Yeah,
a
gun to
lot.
the head's probably the quickest imaginary death.
Happens a lot around here.
Coming up at 9:25. I don't know if you were listening earlier this morning. If you were, you heard Danny Bruns open up about the death of Chris Jarman, and it's gotten a lot of reaction. So we thought we'd replay that for you at 9:25. Between now and then, Kurt Cobain's hair sold for over $14,000. We'll tell you who bought it in minutes.
Kurt Cobain's hair apparently is worth a lot of money, and I don't know what you would do with it, but how much did it go for? $14,000?
$14,145. Not even a full lock of hair. 6 strands of hair. Worth $2,357.50 each.
Why? What do you do with it?
Put it in a frame. Tell your friends I have Kurt Cobain's hair. And they're going to look at you and go, well, okay. Be excited about it. Tell me. Like, oh my God, look what I got. Be excited about it.
Yeah. Oh my God. That is so exciting.
I know.
Oh my God. What are you going to do? Are you asking me to be excited about it?
I'm saying, show it to me like you own it. You're like, here, look.
Oh, okay.
Look
So
what I got.
I'm going to be the owner.
Yeah, you
Okay.
spent all that money on 6 strands of hair.
Corey, you're not going to believe what I got.
What?
I got Kurt Cobain's hair.
Okay, great. Cool. Where'd you get it?
I bought it for $14,000.
There it is. Okay, great. What are you going to do? I mean,
I'm going to braid it.
they better be long. This is the world's smallest braid. Okay, great. $202,357.50 per strand of hair.
So you think you can make money off that? Like sell each one for $3,000?
If you can put an NFT in it,
Oh, there you go.
maybe use some cryptocurrency. Weird.
Yeah, it's a whole new meaning to crypto.
So, Sammy Hagar and Chad Kroger helped some young musicians in Afghanistan with a cover of Fly Like an Eagle. Check this out. Well, hang on. Now check it out.
Time keeps on slipping into the future. Hey, I wanna fly like an eagle into the sea.
Oh, do you have any takeaways from that?
Well, I'm just trying to figure out what's going on here because it's a group of Afghan child musicians who go by the names of Miraculous Love Kids and Girl with the Guitar. So they recorded the cover of the music, and then they had Sammy and Chad join them remotely.
Of course. I just think Sammy Hagar is one of the coolest guys in the world.
So do I. And why he was with Chad, I don't know.
Weirdest, that's what I was going to say next. Weirdest pair ever. Weirdest pairing I have ever heard of.
Yes, but I love when these musicians do this with the children. With the children.
The children. Love it when they do it with the children.
What is wrong with me? But it reminds me of Godsmack when they did Unforgettable. It's just such a moving song. And I've said it for a year, and I'll continue to say it. I don't care how long I say it.
For the rest of my life.
If you have not watched Godsmack's video of Unforgettable, is that what it is?
Yeah.
Unforgettable. Yeah.
Unforgettable.
It is amazing, and it will bring tears to your eyes of glorious happiness.
I showed it to Avery one time. She did not care.
Well, this is an adult thing.
Yeah, it really is. So Green Day's got a new song out. It's called Pollyanna. Here's a clip. So basically, it's more punk pop from Green Day.
Yeah, I'm wondering, they're so political. If this, I just looked up Pollyanna, and there is a book, Young Orphan Pollyanna believes life's most difficult problems can always be surmounted by a positive attitude. And maybe that's what it's about. I always just kind of wonder where people write their songs.
Where people are going, where they're getting their ideas from and stuff.
Yes.
Yeah. Well, there's that. Earlier today, Danny Bruns opened up publicly for the first time about the death of Chris Jarman. If you missed it, you can hear it again in 10 minutes.
Okay.
Cool.
You got it set up?
Mm-hmm.
Ross's camera's not working. Oh, I gotta talk to you.
Got to talk in the microphone.
How will Ross? Ross has no idea what today's topic has been. He is about to enter the room. Those of you on Facebook Live are well aware of it.
Oh, this should be.
Do you not want us to see you, Ross?
Oh, my bad. Someone had Bobby was
Can't
working
hear
on my
you.
computer. I
Can't
didn't
hear
want.
you.
I didn't want him looking at me.
Can't hear you.
Can't hear you.
Well, that's your fault. That's you.
He's just steadily talking.
That's you.
Can't hear
Not
you.
me. You, not me.
You can't hear me?
Check.
Can
check,
you hear
check,
me?
check. Yeah.
Are you just trying to do this?
I set up like it all. Oh, there we go.
Check.
Yeah,
Check.
see? Poor Corey.
I know. I can't get it right for nothing.
Is it working?
It's working. Yeah, it's
All
my
right.
fault.
Cool.
You can just expect everything to be my fault when something's not working right.
That's fair. No, you're at the command center, so the buck stops there.
It does. Or it keeps going and runs me right over.
Well, anything. This is what I learned about the bridge. There is when something breaks, there's a 3-day period where all you do is point fingers and try to figure out whose fault it is, and then you can start finding out how you're going to fix it.
So you're going to blame me for 3 days, and that'll never end because I make mistakes every day. So
unless I see my shadow, then I'm going to blame you for another 6 weeks.
All right. What have you been doing this morning, Ross?
Putting out fires, man. Putting out fires.
Well, that's the name of the game.
I'll talk about those fires off the record.
Okay, I'm cool with that.
Yeah.
Vacation can't get here fast enough, can it?
Dude. Yeah, it just makes sense. It just makes sense. There's a blitz before all of that. It's all good. How are y'all doing?
Well, it's been a tough morning.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Why's that?
You want to tell him, Danny?
No.
All right.
Or no, you can.
Okay. So yesterday morning at 5 o'clock in the morning, Danny calls me and is like, "Hey, come out in the parking lot." I'm like, "Okay." I just figured she wanted, to make sure that somebody was there in case there was some riffraff about.
Yeah.
She gets out of the car and is bawling, crying.
Ooh.
And she's like, "It just hit me that Jarman's not in there."
Ooh.
And so we talked about it for a little while, and then we came in and did yesterday's show. And then she called me yesterday and said, "I want to talk about that tomorrow."
Okay.
Okay. So we just spent 30 minutes talking about it.
Okay.
So, yeah.
And then we invited you on.
And then we invited you on for the next break.
It finally hit you, huh?
Yeah.
Yeah. It's a slow burn.
Well, like I said, I never had a reason for it to hit me because I was at home.
Yeah.
I never had to walk in the studio. I've been in the studio, but sitting there, seeing Corey sitting across from me is what on Wednesday did it. And I didn't realize it was. I had no idea for 5 days. Like, why am I having this anxiety? What's wrong? I even apologized to the engineer.
Mm-hmm.
That takes a lot.
How bad it is.
Because I was like, why am I sitting over here? He's like, you always sit over here. I was like, I don't want to sit here anymore. I need to be over there. I didn't even know why I was saying that.
You were looking through the computers and you're like, I'm used to seeing a different head.
It's shaped a lot of similar. I mean,
You got a lot smaller head, Corey.
Yeah, I know it.
That's wild. That was during the P&H pen of it. What I was taught, there's a lot of people we lost this year that no one mourned. Normally we're out. We do the shots. People will cry. They'll tell stories, this, that, and the other. We'll get blasted. And you kind of have that moment. You're like, all right, that's what a funeral is. You say goodbye. And none of us did that together for a lot of things.
No. And could you imagine though? In a way, I'm grateful.
Are we going to continue this conversation on the air or are we going to go to something different? I mean, I'm cool either way. I just,
Yeah, I don't, it doesn't matter.
that means the choice is yours, Dano.
I don't care. You got something?
No, not that's this good.
All right. Hold that emotion.
All right. Well,
Put a
just
pin in it.
I'll tell you what. I'll just start and you can act like you're in on you can come in on the conversation. You know what I mean?
Or we just say we're just talking
And
about
give us pretty much what you just start with. Pretty much what you just said
yeah.
about the morning.
Now back to Danny and Country Corey.
I like it.
On 98.1 The Max.
Grief is a weird thing. There are a lot of people listening that may not know about the death of Chris Jarman. He passed away early January, and then it really came crashing down on Danny yesterday when she realized she had to look at me.
Yeah. No, when I realized coming back to the studio, because we were at home and everything was changed, so I didn't have to walk into the same environment. And now as we bring Ross, the midday guy, in,
What?
You're going to have to walk in this environment in a couple of weeks because you're fully vaccinated now.
Yeah. It'll be odd. It'll be weird not seeing that man shuffle through the hallways again. But I mean, that's kind of been the theme of this year. I was talking with a couple of friends. We have lost a lot happens in a year and a half. You don't realize how many people kind of just shift off. And we didn't have that kind of when normally when someone dies, you go out to the bar, you do shots, or you meet up, you hang out, you might get bombed, you tell stories, you'll cry, everybody hang out in parking lots and stuff like that. You may have a benefit show depending on where they are, or if they're more popular or something like that, or raise money for something. And we didn't have any of that. And it's kind of weird. You're coming out like I don't know how to describe it. I don't know if there's a way to describe it, but it's like coming out of. It must be how astronauts come back, like they're at the space station, and they're like, "Wait, you had a pandemic? Whoa!"
Right?
And they have to adjust to all of this. Like, wait a minute, I wasn't a part of this. So it's a bad analogy, but like something.
No, yeah, we're getting back to the real world, and we didn't have to face it for 15, 16 months. And in a way, I'm glad I didn't have to. It would have been so much. I think it would have been prolonged. It would have been weeks of grieving.
Right.
Not only walking the studio, walking by his desk in the pit. And this kind of, I feel like, hit like a truck, needed to, had a horrible day yesterday, and it was over.
Yeah.
Where it didn't prolong. And now I'm, for the last 5 months, I think, it comes and goes, but I just couldn't imagine having to walk in and out of this building.
Right after it happened.
Yeah.
Right. And a lot had to get done. And thank God we could do it from home.
Yeah. Not to mention when it happened, right before the holidays.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Yeah, that's tough.
But
I'm a believer. The universe works right for a reason. Or it has to work right for a reason in the end. You know what I mean?
And as we just said earlier, too, though, today's the day we move forward from everything that's happened. You're going to go on vacation.
Start crying.
Yeah, and you're going to come back, and don't worry, it's all moving forward. Everybody else's studio got redone, but ours. I mean, come on, guys, give us a little help around here.
Yeah, but I mean, I like old and dirty. You know what I mean? I think we should be the only room in our building that you're allowed to smoke in. You know what I mean?
That explains your apartment.
Yeah, I don't smoke anymore. So I like, but I just like, I don't know. I like, let's hang on to cassette tape just a little bit longer.
Old and dirty. Yes, his apartment is underwear and his sheets.
Can I tell you, before I left my place, I went and ran some errands, and I was like, let me burn some incense so it's nice when I come back.
Oh, great. Leaving lit incense while you're gone.
Yeah. Is that bad?
Was the dryer on and the toilet fan?
No. Toilet fan. When was this building built? Like before Reconstruction?
Oh, Lord. What's coming up after 10 o'clock, buddy?
Look, I don't know if Memphis is flying anytime soon. For real, for real, for real, for real. That's coming up on the Max.
And we're clear.
Awesome.
And we're clear.